7 that we have up for you tonight. I'm 100% confident that with the offering and the prestige of the properties that we have for you, you will certainly find yourself that next property that you are looking for, whether it be to rent out or move on in. Plenty of nice places coming on up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's auctions, of course, they will be conducted in accordance with any rules that are made available before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibited an auctioneer from accepting any late bidder offers for the property after the property has been knocked down at the successful bidder. What that means, your layman's terms, everyone. I'm going to give everyone ample warning. Call the property 3 times. First call, second call, third and final call. But when the gavel falls, all over, Red Rover. Can't take any late bidder offers past that point. Of course, tonight's vendors, they do have reserve price. As auctioneer, I'll indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids and prohibits bidders attempting to stop other bidders from bidding in the law. It does provide fines for this conduct. The rules that do permit vendor bids. I'll make it really, 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 really simple and really, really, really obvious throughout the evening. I'm going to make a bid on behalf of the vendor. In fact, I'll make it so simple and so obvious, I'll even use those words, vendor bid by law. Only I, as the auctioneer, may make vendor bids this evening. Moving on, along as we said, ladies and gentlemen, we do sell here tonight by public auction. Do ask that the successful bidder pay the deposit nominated and the settlement nominated for those properties, both that deposit and signing of the contracts that can be paid electronically should you be successful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there are 3 ways that you are able here to bid this evening. The first way is, as you can see there, you can bid as you would on the street. You can put your hand up and yell out your bid. I will see you and I will hear you. Of course, to be able to do that, you must have your camera and your microphone turned on. That is option number 1. Option number 2 is if you're on the phone to one of the agents, one of the team, you can tell them your bid over the phone and they can put the bid in on your behalf. The third way is in the in-call messages or the chat function. So down the bottom right of your screen, you'll see the number 36 next to the 2 little people. That's how many people are on the meeting tonight, 36. Next to that is a page or a speech bubble. That is the chat functions. What you're able to do is you're able to type your bid in. It'll pop up on my screen and I will acknowledge it. Just bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, my job this evening is to help you, guide you where you need to be with the bidding. So just because you bid, whether it be on the phone, whether it be putting your hand up and turning your camera on, or whether it be in the chat function, doesn't mean that the bid counts. So just listen to me. I'll guide you. I'll let you know if we're taking that amount or if we're seeking another amount throughout the evening. Moving along to the next, if we can, of course. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things here at Ray White Ringwood that we love to raise money. The charity that we do is for Finna's Gift, which is Elisa Camplin. It's charity. Her young son, Finnan, unfortunately passed away due to heart complications a few days after birth. So we raise money for Finnan's Gift, which raises money for the cardiovascular ward at the Children's Hospital. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we have up on donating today is a bottle of Verve, champagne, hopefully a couple lucky buys that vendors might be celebrating today. So we'll auction that off. All the proceeds go to charity. Retails for about $70 a bottle. So we'll throw it opening. Let's get the juices warmed up, get the winter cold out. Opening bidder offer. Get me underway for the charity auction for the bottle of Verve. Where should we start? We can start anywhere you like. All the proceeds go to charity. It's a good cause. As I said, retails for $70. We pay for it. We bought the bottle. Who wants to pick up some nice champagne? All the proceeds go to the Children's Hospital, of course. Where do we start it off? Well, maybe we'll start it with me, the vendor. I've got Christy Welcome and then bet me to the race at $20. At $20, fairly bidding off in there at $20. Let's go up in 10s. At $20, I have 30. I search. $20 here. Clearly bidding off again. Call 3 times. Nice cheap bottle of champagne. Got your back, Josh. New face on the race. Welcome. 60. Bang. Haley. Olivia. 70. Quick fire bidding. I like it. At $70 now. Clearly bidding off an import. Josh reappears. Welcome back at 80. Josh there with 80 with a bottle of champagne. Christy. Got your back in front. Bang. Big knockout bid on top. $800. Where do we go from here? Still taking 10s. $100 clearly bidding off. And we're going to call it 3 times. Got champagne going to the Children's Hospital, of course. $800 first call. $100 second call. $100 third and final time. No better bid, we're selling. We're selling. We're sold. Congratulations. Well done, Christy. Bottle of champagne coming your way. Haley from our office will certainly be in touch. We have your details, of course. Righto, ladies and gentlemen, let's hope that's a bit of us, an insight into what we're going to see tonight. Let's get underway. Let's visit the properties. Lot number 1. Bring it up on the screen, please, Haley. Lot number 1, a 5A Uranus Street in Kilsyth. Unfortunately, it's too late. It was sold. Bang! $855,520 there from Ruben. Another Raja. Make sure we got every last dollar for the vendors. And a number there at $520. Sold prior. Well done. Congratulations, ladies and vendor and buyer. Let's move along to lot number 2. Lot number 2, 18 DeCarlo Avenue in Heathmont, proudly presented, of course, by the marketing agent Cameron Bailey. He's been handling the questions and queries for the past few weeks. We do sell it today, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, via public auction. 10% deposit is what is payable upon signing of the contract, with the balance to be paid in 30 to 60 days' time. What a wonderful, large family home on offer. 1,005 square metres. That's right, 1,005. It is a huge block, quarter of an acre in the old chunk. 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 4-car garage underneath, multiple living zones, the tree top outlook over there, elevated block, of course, modern kitchen, right in the heart of Heathmont. You've got that beautiful creek trail with parks and schools right at your doorstep. Short stroll up to the Heathmont train station and all the cafes and eateries that we've come to love in Heathmont. Lush garden is a wonderful offering, as evidenced by how many people came through the campaign. It's a wonderful property in a wonderful location. Now's the time to find out what it's worth. I'll call it an opening bidder offer. Let's get underway. 18 DeCarlo Avenue in Heathmont. Where do we start? Understand the first bid's always the nervous bid. It's not the first bid that matters, though, ladies and gentlemen. It's the last bid. That's the one that they're going to write in the paper on Sunday. Where do we start? Anywhere you like. Happy to start it on a vendor bid if I have to. Just means if I vendor bid, you have to bid over the top. Where do we go? Opening bidder offer, 18 DeCarlo Avenue, 1,005 square metres. Where do we start? Well, I'll kick it off with me. A vendor bid, 850,000. Nice and easy number. I think we can all agree there's a hell of a lot of real estate here for 850,000. 850 with me, the vendor, taking 10s from there. $850,000. Clearly been enough in here. 860 I search. 850 now I have. Where do we go from here? 850. Clearly bid. Where do we go now? We're going to call it 3 times. Surely we're not done here. Plenty of interest. I understand that the bidder's a bit nervous, perhaps. First auction author, I understand. Winter here, a bit cold. Where do we go? Silence is not golden when it comes to the land of auctions. If you want to bid, you've got to put your hand up or type it in or let one of the agents know. Call it 3 times, 850,000. Where do we go? 850, 60, I search. First call. 850,000. Second call. 850,000. Third and final time. Jump on in. Plenty of interest in the property. Just want to highlight that if we pass the property in on a vendor bid, what that means is that no one has an advantage. If we pass the property into a genuine bidder, what that means is that you have sole rights to negotiate with the vendor. It means that we close the door on the competition, deal exclusively with you. It's a great position to be in. If the land of auctions, if you want to be first, you've got to be last. But if we pass it in on a vendor bid, which is what might happen now, no one has an advantage. You can put your offer in, throw it in there, throw your hat in the ring, so to speak. Cam will take the other offers, plenty of interest in the property. You don't get an advantage. It's not a very good position to be in. Where do we go? Opening bidder offer, still searching. 850 I have with me and the vendor. 60 to get in. Plenty of interested parties. Registrations on the property. Everyone's just a little bit nervous, which I can understand. Now's the time to jump in. 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, multiple living areas, lush gardens, creek trail at your doorstep, schools up the road, walk to the train station, all the cafes that we've got there on Canterbury Road. A wonderful location. Where do we go? Well, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do, we're just going to press pause on that auction. Oh, there you go. Got you there. Thank you very much, Anthony. 860,000. 860 now. We're off and racing. 860 we go. Where do we search from here? 860,000 the bid. 860 clearly bid off at 860 I have. Call it 3 more times. 860,000 first call. 860,000 second call. 860,000 third and final time. 860. Where's the competition? Plenty of registered parties in the property. Plenty of registered interest. At the moment, Anthony's in front. He gets sole rights to negotiate. Surely someone doesn't want to give him all the advantage. 860. Clearly bid and offered we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're just probably a little bit low, a little bit short of where we need to be. We're going to put a vendor bid in at 950. At 950,000, clearly bid offer with me and the vendor at 950. $1 million to get you in, Anthony. At 950,000, clearly bid with the vendor. At 950, $1 million, get your nose back in front, Anthony. Give the clients an opportunity to speak to the vendors. At 950,000, clearly bid and offered now. Where do we go, Anthony? Call it 3 times. First call, 950,000. Second call, 950,000. $1 million, give them a chance to negotiate. Third and final time at 950. Appreciate the offer. Taking $1 million at the moment, Anthony. $1 million where they need to be. Appreciate the tents. Not taking them at the moment. Come with me for $1 million, please. At 950, the bed still with me. Searching $1 million. At 950, where do we go, Anthony? $1 million to get you back, get your clients in. Have I done enough to convince you? At 950, appreciate the 60, but taking 50. That's $1 million I search, not the 10 at the moment. At 950, I have. $1 million, can I say, Anthony? Well, persistence beats resistance. I'll tell you what, I've got you there at $1 million. Thank you very much there. I knew we were on the same page. At $1 million that we had. Nice round number. I thought you did really like it with $1 million back with you, Anthony. Call it 3 times. Other interest in the property we know. Now it's not the time to be golden. At the moment, Anthony is in front. He gives himself and his clients a great position to be in because they get to deal with the vendor exclusively. If you want to be in it, you got to bid. At $1 million, first call. 18 DeCarlo Avenue. $1 million, second call. Third and final time at $1 million we have. Well, Anthony, last vendor bid for me. $1,020,000 the bid for me. Won't bid against you. Rise above that. Trust me, I'm a real estate agent. No more vendor bids. At $1,020,000 with the vendor, $1,030,000 I'll take. 25. All right, persistence beats resistance. We'll take $1,025,000. At $1,025,000, call it 3 more times. First call, $1,025,000. Second call, $1,025,000. Third and final time at $1,025,000. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do, we're just going to press pause for a second. Plenty of interest in the property. I know Cam's got lots of people that are hoping that it doesn't sell tonight at auction so they can put in what we call conditional offers after the auction. At the moment, Anthony, we're dealing with you, so we're just going to press pause on that one. We'll be back before you can say cat in a hat. Sorry about that. I hadn't muted myself. Thanks for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. A few conversations going on in the background at the back of the office between Anthony and the vendor. So we're just going to move on to the next auction. Whilst that happens in the background, I'm sure we'll be able to bring the auction back in the room and give everyone an update. But once, of course, we get it sold. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to lot number 3, presented of course by Olivia Mack of the Marketing Agent, 115 Canterbury Road in Bayswater North. 796 square metres of fine soil, can be subdivided, of course, subject to council approval. The property, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 3 garage. It's got the outdoor bungalow with the ensuite, of course. Beautiful rental estimate for this property in its current condition is $590 to $640 per week. Stainless steel appliances, updated tiles, splashbacks, as you can see, hardwood floors throughout, modern kitchen, modern bathroom. It's a wonderful property, perhaps whether you're looking to add to your portfolio, move into a family home. We sell today, we said 10% deposit is what we call for this one. Settlement 45 to 60 days time. Throw it over to you. Where do we go? What's it worth? Opening bidder offer, 115 Canterbury Road in Bayswater North. Where do we start? Plenty of interest in the property, I know, Olivia. Plenty of people that are hoping it doesn't sell tonight, that hopes that it passes in so they can put an offer in after the auction. Plenty of interest in the property. Just could not get under auction conditions, few delays with finance and whatnot. So let's start it off. Vendor bid with me at $770,000 now. At $770,000, where do we go from there? At $770,000, glue it up, and here's me, the vendor. At $770,000 now, where do we go? Call it 3 times. At $770,000 now, glue it up, and here at $770,000. First call, $770,000. Second call, $770,000. Third and final time, that's $770,000 the bid. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was what we were talking about. We call this a strategic pass in. Lots of interest in the property, lots of conditional people, Olivia. You can go and hit the phones. Fair few buyers are going to be very happy for your call tonight to let them know that we're now going to move to the post-auction stage of our campaign. We're going to invite offers. I'm sure next time you drive down Canterbury Road, you'll see a big sell sticker with Olivia's face across 115 Canterbury Road. Let's move along now to lot number 4. 6A Hopeton Street in Mitcham, ladies and gentlemen, proudly presented, of course, Josh Berry, Ruben Nataraja, they've been the marketing agents. We sell again, ladies and gentlemen, call for a 10% deposit with settlement in 90 to 120 days time. Rental estimate current condition $400 to $430 per week. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 502 square metres. The opportunity here, ladies and gentlemen, is unrivaled. Build your dream home close to schools, short walk to the train station in Mitcham, all the shops and eateries and cafes that Mitcham has to offer. It's a wonderful property, wonderful location, plenty of interest. Josh has said we have it in the property, so we'll throw it over to you. Opening bidder offer, get me on the way. Where do we start? What's it worth? 6A Hopeton Street in Mitcham. Where do we go? We can start anywhere you like. I don't mind. Throw a number out, type it in, scratch your nose, wave, whatever. We'll take it all as a bid. You just yell out the number, I'll do the rest. Happy to start it off on a vendor bid if I need. Same logic as the last auction. If I bid on a vendor bid, it just means that you have to bid over. Plenty of interest in this one that is also conditional. People are going to hope that it doesn't sell. If you are here to bid and you have interest in the property, give yourself an opportunity to do what Anthony is doing at the moment with Cam and talking exclusively with the vendors. Give yourself the opportunity to lock out your competition, deal exclusively. Where do we go? Opening bidder offer. Suggest a number. I'm happy to start with me, a vendor bid at $750,000. Nice even number there at $750,000, $750,000. Any rise on that we'll take. At $750,000 now. Where do we go? At $750,000 would be the vendor clearly bid it off. And their first call, $750,000. Second call, $750,000. Third and final time. That's 750,000 on the bid. I know there are some interested parties registered for the property. Silence is not golden when it comes to the land of auction. You've got to jump on. Let us know what you're thinking. Put your bid in. Lock out the competition. Give yourself the right to negotiate. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to go see some instructions. We'll press pause and we'll jump back in very, very soon. Thanks for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. A few conversations going on in the background between Josh and a few interested parties. So what we're going to do, we're just going to press pause on that auction. We can always revisit it later. Josh doing his job behind negotiating between the buyers and the vendor at the moment. So we'll move on to our next item tonight, our next property, and we might come back and revisit that one once. We'll update you once we have the result. Well, ladies and gentlemen, lot number 5 is 4/162 to 164 Railway Avenue in Ringwood East. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it's gone. It's been sold. Another sale to Ruben Nataraja. $705,000 is what that one sold for. Congratulations to the buyers and the vendors, of course. Let's move along. Haley to lot number 6. Lot number 6, 1 Fisher Court, Bayswater North. Friendly representative, of course, marketing agent Olivia Mackey. She's been handling your queries regarding this property. We sell today, 10% deposit. We call upon signing of the contracts, 90-day settlement on offer. Wonderful property, 785 square metres, multiple living areas, that large kitchen, of course, as you can see on the screen right now, breakfast servery window, massive outdoor entertaining area, undercover with a spa. Great party house, fantastic to entertain, large backyard, of course, multiple living areas, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It's a wonderful property, great location, of course. You've got parks, you've got shops, you've got Canterbury Road just around the corner. It takes you into the city and, of course, to the Bayswater train station just up the road. Wonderful family home and a wonderful family location. Where do we go? Opening bidder offer. Let's get underway. 1 Fisher Court, Bayswater North. Where do we start? What's it worth? Again, plenty of interest in the property. So we might kick it off. It'll then do a bid at $740,000 now. That's $740,000. That's where we're at. With me, the vendor, $740,000. Clearly bid offer here at $740,000. We have. That's $740. Taking 10s in time from there. That's $740. Get a call 3 times. First call, $740,000. Second call, $740,000. Third and final time, that's $740,000. Well, I know that Olivia's been working with a lot of bidders. People couldn't get under auction conditions, so they're going to be really happy. Olivia, you've got some phone calls to make tonight. They're going to be over the moon when you tell them that we've passed the property in. Now we're going to move on to the next stage of negotiating. We're going to welcome in conditional interest. If you have interest in the property, which I know there are plenty of people logged in tonight that were hoping, fingers and toes crossed, that this would in fact happen, that it would have sold, and that you would be able to put in offers after. Now is the time. We will take your offer. We will take it to the vendor. Next time you drive down Fisher Court, you'll see a sold sticker, no doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move along now. Just get a move along to lot number 7 for this evening. 347 Scoresby Road in Ferdinand Gully. Again, Olivia Mack, even handling your questions and queries regarding tonight's property. What an opportunity that this property presents. So that savvy investor with a mixed-use medical permit, so residential and medical. So what that means is that you can rent it out if you wanted to residentially, of course. That means that you would probably get an estimate of $500 per week. But with the medical permit, it's all set up. All you need to do is find a new tenant, and that rental estimate that we've had is $50,000 per annum. That's right, you heard it correct. $50,000 in rental income is what they're predicted through the medical permit. These sort of properties, mixed use, which this one is medical and this one is residential, they are an absolute diamond in the rough because they have such boundless opportunities. Of course, the property itself, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, large backyard, as you can see, ample room if you want to do a subdivision, keep the front house, build to the back, of course, subject to council approval. But what an opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, get a high rental return, $50,000 per annum, whilst you're holding the property, whilst you're land banking, do the development in a couple of years. It's going to be positively geared. Or if you want to get stuck into the permit straight away, you can put a tenant in. It's a wonderful opportunity. Right opposite Baroni School, High School. You've got Ferntree Gully Road up the road. Train station just around the corner. It's a wonderful location. It's going to go up and up and up and up and up and up in value. Savvy investors, plenty of interest in the property. I'll throw it over to you. Sell today on a 90-day, a 45-day settlement. Opening bidder offer. Where do we go? 347 Scoresby Road. Where do we start? We can start anywhere you like. Again, happy to start on a vendor bid if we like. Plenty of interest in the property, I know, from Olivia. Suggest to start at $680,000. Let's start it with me, the vendor. Vendor bid at $680,000. $690,000, all beyond will take. At $680,000 now, clearly bid it off at 749 square metres. It is a huge parcel of land, ladies and gentlemen. Can be subdivided. Mixed use, medical permit. Want $680,000 with me, the vendor. Where do we go from here? At $680,000 now, clearly bid it off in here. Get vendor bid, get us underway. At $680,000, I'm going to call it 3 times. First call, $680,000. Second call, $680,000. Third and final time at $680,000. Same logic as I said earlier, ladies and gentlemen. If you have interest in the property and you bid and we pass it into you, what that means is you get sole rights to negotiate with the vendor. It means that you close that door on the competition. They don't get a look in. It doesn't matter how many people we have that want to put an offer in after auction. We deal exclusively with you. Got you there at $685 around. Thanks for coming along. At $685, got you back there. At $685. Good luck with the bidding today. Where do we go from here? $685,000. Clear it off here. Call it 3 times. First call, $680,000. 85, sorry. I knew that. I was just making sure you're all paying attention. Second call, $685,000. Third and final time at $685,000. Clearly bid and offered. Well, I'm going to put a vendor bidding with me. Vendor bid at $720,000 in round. That's $720 with me. Above that where you need to be. That's $720,000. Clearly bid and offered now. Where do we go from here, Imran? Give yourself the chance to negotiate with the vendor. That's $720,000. Get a call at 3 more times. Jump on in, Imran. That's $720,000. First call with me, the vendor. Second call, $720,000. Third and final time. That's $720,000. Where do we go from here, Imran? Get your nose back in front. Give yourself the chance to negotiate. $720 with me, the vendor. Now, unfortunately, no advantage for you. Pass the property on the vendor bid. Everyone gets an opportunity. You can throw your offer, throw your hat in the ring with the other interested parties. Bid above $720. I'll tell you what, Imran. $725. You bid $725. I won't vendor bid against you. Trust me, I'm a real estate agent. At 720, 25, give yourself the chance to negotiate with the vendor, but you've got to come with us at 725. At 720, clearly been offered with me, the vendor. 725, Imran, get your nose in front, give yourself the opportunity to buy it. Get a call it 3 more times. First call, 720,000. Second call, 720,000, Imran. Third and final time at 720,000, Imran. 25. Give yourself the chance to negotiate with the vendor. $50,000 into rental income is what you predicted here. Build a townhouse in the back, subject to council approval. 749 square metres. Properties like this, they don't come up very often. That's 720, 25. Give yourself the chance to negotiate. Don't let this opportunity escape you. There's no other properties on the market like this. It is a diamond in the rough. You've done the hard work. You've come to the auction. Now's not the time to be silent. That's $720,000. 25 we search. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do, we're just going to press pause on the auction, step outside, have a couple of conversations. We'll be back before you can say frog in a sock. Thanks for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure, as we all know, buying and selling real estate, really big decision. So what we're going to do, just going to update you on a previous auction that we had. Just going to keep holding on to 347 Scoresby Road. A few negotiations still happening in the background, but let's go back. Lot number 2, 18 Takala Road. Just want to confirm that we've had an increase in the bidding to $1,090,000. If you could just acknowledge that, please, on the chat there. $1,090,000. Thank you, Anthony. Clear instructions, Cam, I believe. Can we sell away, Cam?
Yes, mate. Permission to sell.
Sell it away. Call it 3 more times. No better bid. You bought yourself a lovely, lovely house at Takala Avenue in Heathmont. $1,090,000. First call. Second call. Third and final time. On the market, we sell. We're selling. We're selling, ladies and gentlemen. We're sold. Congratulations. Well bought, well bid. Thanks for coming out. We're just going to go back now and revisit the 347 Scoresby Road auction. I know that we're very, very close to our result. Bear with us for 1 more minute, and we'll update you on that one. Thank you for your patience again, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of conversations happening. Just want to increase Imran back to 347 Scoresby Road, an increase of the bidding to 725,000. If you could just acknowledge that, please, in the chat. 725. If you could just type it in, please. No, there's been a couple of conversations going on in the back. Just need to acknowledge the bid. 720 is where we were. 725 is where you come up to. 725, if I can, please, in the chat function. Got you there. On the market, we sell away. No better bid. Hammer is going to fall today. You bought it. Going to call it 3 more times. $725,000. Jump in if you have interest. Otherwise, we're selling away. That's 725,000 first call. That's 725,000 second call. Third and final time. That's 725,000. On the market, we sell. We're selling, ladies and gentlemen. We sold. Congratulations. Well bid, well bought. Thanks for coming out to our interim online auction event. We'll hope to see you at the next one, which is the 20th of July. Have a lovely evening. Talk to you soon.